Hi there, it's Nicole here. This is my second video today, and the first video focused on the coloring of these images as well as talking a little bit about my favorite Copic markers. This video is going to be the creation of the card using those colored images. I've got some Simon Says Stamp Sea Glass cardstock here, as well as the Falling Rain background stamp. This is a large 6x6 background stamp. I'm inking it up with Versamark ink, and then I'm going to press my cardstock to that stamp, get a nice good coverage there. Probably would have been easier to use something like the Misty stamping tool that gives a really nice stamped image for background stamps like this, but I did it really quickly. I've got some Simon Says Stamp clear embossing powder here, and I'm going to sprinkle the whole thing with clear embossing powder. I wanted the raindrops to not actually have any color, but just be shiny raindrops all over the background. That's why I'm using some clear embossing powder. I'll tap off any of that excess there and then heat up my cardstock piece. It is trimmed like 1/8 of an inch smaller than a standard A2 sized card. And then I'll go ahead and work on the rest of the images. And there's what it looks like with the background with those nice clear raindrops that I've heat embossed. Next, I have a background stamp. This is another background stamp from Simon Says Stamp. This is the diagonal background stamp. I'm going to ink it up with some Fern Simon Says Stamp ink, and then I'm going to take some green leaf cardstock directly to that and just press that all over and get a really nice stamped image. Used a piece of paper to cover that up to keep my fingers nice and clean. I'm just pressing all the way around that so that I have a really nice, crisp, clean stamped background image. From this is where I'm going to create the grass border. I'm going to take one of the dies from the Simon Says Stamp Stitched Slopes and Hills die collection, and I will die cut that diagonal stamped cardstock with this die to create the landscape for my stamped scene. I love this set. It has lots of different landscape style dies with different, it can either be a grassy landscape, water landscape, hills, snow, all kinds of different things. And from there, I can start building or attaching all of the elements to build the scene of the card. I've die cut a couple of clouds now using the Simon Says Stamp flat bottom clouds dies, one from white cardstock and one from vellum. From the vellum cloud, I am going to use a powder anti-static cling there tool on that, and I'll stamp the Feel Better sentiment right on the cloud using Versamark ink, and then I'll add some white embossing powder and heat emboss that for the greeting for my card. I needed somewhere to stamp my greeting for my card, and with so much going on and with the embossing on the background, I wanted to have some sort of a layer for that, and the clouds not only add to the scene of the design, but it also serves as a place for the greeting. Now I rounded the corners on my rainy background as well as my white card base using a 1/2 inch corner rounder, and then I'm simply going to put the whole thing together. For the eyes on all of the images, I used the Sakura black gel pen to really make the eyes not only on the little girl but the bunny and the bear pop. Go ahead and attach my clouds. I've hid a little bit of adhesive behind the stamped and embossed greeting. I'm using an acrylic block to hold those in place while that liquid glue dries so they don't curl up. You can see the bunny's eyes and nose have both got that black Sakura gel pen. It really makes them stand out. Have the bunny holding the umbrella in its arm there, and it's holding the umbrella kind of over the bunny and his little bear friend. Adding all those fun little flower pot touches and everything, it really makes the whole scene come together. I'm going to take a white pen now and add some dot detail to the umbrella. Just a fun little finishing touch to add some detailing. I'll do that on each of those little bright primary colorful panels. And then I will take the Wink of Stella clear glitter brush pen and go over the flowers and the leaves on each of these images, as well as the little heart on the bear. That just adds a nice little touch of clear glitter to all these elements on the card. And then I'll flip my card over, trim off that excess cloud overhang, and my card is all finished. Please be sure to watch my first video to see the coloring of all the images on this card. And there's another look at all of my favorite Copic marker colors in one place. The supplies I've used for my card are listed and linked below the video here on YouTube. Please subscribe for weekly card making videos. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.